But we'll see if we get 5 points off of it. Or this is basically still like my protected low on the 1 minute. As long as we don't close below there. Honestly, when even want to see a close below here, right? That's mitigation of this order block. This is your 1 minute prop block. Oh yeah, we're definitely going higher. That's for sure. Yeah, when he cut it, no one knows. Let's look at this from an hourly standpoint. See where we sit. See, it's just that hourly accumulation to it. Yeah, I mean, it's just your overnight area where we chopped. Now, if we're closing over this, if we're closing over London, coming before FOMC somehow, uh, we are full on bullish for FOMC. Like, would almost bet the house on it. Because if we're bearish, that should hold. We should not be closing back over that. And then guess what? All this liquidity is going to get ran for FOMC. Like the VI sitting right here. This little guy, I believe, Charlie, right there. I mean, there's LR to the downside, yeah, but structurally right now, I mean, structurally right now, nothing's saying we're going down to that. Now that's why this low, that's why these two lows are very very important right here. These are your mitigation lows of these order blocks. We start closing below these. What should we do? We close below this. We should continue down because there's no other reason price is closing below the lows that tapped into these order blocks, right? So we close below here. We should take this low. Well, guess what? This order blocks now is already mitigated too, right? By these lows. So it should mean it should be a free fall if if we close below here, it should mean we go to this low, and then guess what? Oh, this is already mitigated, so we should go to this low, and then we should go. The next target would be what? The VI that's untapped here. So you just keep looking left and be like, okay, what's mitigated? What's tapped into? What's not? What could we possibly be going down for? And that essentially that essentially is what LR is, right? Everything's mitigated here. Same thing for these 15-minute highs, right? This order block. The only thing that's not tapped is this order block right here, right? So once we tapped into this order block, say we get a close above, we close above, and then the next candle close above that. What's that mean? We're probably gonna run, this high. Okay, so then we look left. We're like, okay, well, what else is there? Well, this order block is already mitigated. So where should be our next target go? If we mitigate this 15-minute order block with this, say this candle closes up here or just taps into it, and then the next candle is a very bad drawing. And close above it. What would be your bullish next target? There's nothing to the left except this high. We close above this high. What should we do? We go up to this order block, and that's essentially what LR is, right? As well. So that's like if you look on the hourly, everything's mitigated, right? This hourly is not. So that would be like a long target with a high. But if this was mitigated, right, you would have this high already mitigated this order block. So this is all mitigated. You should run all these highs, which is also what LRR. It's just whatever you want to call it, but that's the better explanation of why LR works as well. I mean, there's also the explanation that there's stop orders sitting here, so when those stop orders trigger, it bolsters price up to what the next high. I mean, That is LRLR essentially, and just using your mitigation highs and lows to tell you where price, should go to next if you're closing. That's why candle closures are so important. They tell you everything. Now there are times like this, this is not 100% foolproof. Like there are times where we'll get a close below, and then we'll just go down here. We'll get we'll get a close below, and then we'll reverse. Well, usually then that means if you go off like a 15-second, there's probably an order block or something down there that we missed as well. So, but it is clipped. Yeah, it is clipped. I will save that and I'll post it. But yeah, I mean it's just essentially what LR is. This is close below mitigation low, look left. Where's your next unmitigated area? For me, would be this one. It's 1 minute VI. So essentially, I would go bearish if we start closing below this low, and then I'd be like, okay, well, this is all LRLR. We should run all of that. But that's usually what triggers your LRLR. But there are times where I've like had my stop with a close below here, and then we wick back, right back up. So I mean, it's not 100, it's not 100%. It's nothing is in trading. But for me, most of the times, you get a close below mitigation lows, you're gonna dump, and I don't want to be in that trade anyway because it's showing bearishness closing below them. Then you also got to go back to the higher time frame as well and be like, okay, well, was all that all of this accumulation here did this just turn into a 5 minute order block and then we just go up through it, you know? So always got to be looking, always be looking left. Yep, it's all it is. Because if this is mitigated, there's no reason for price to come back down here, right? It's already tapped into those orders are filled, whichever way you want to look at it. What up, Einer? What kind of degen plays are you taking today? This would be the important load to watch as well. No, I don't want to see. I really don't want to see. I don't care if you want to share, share. Unbelievable. Other than that, as I said, don't think I'm going to be pushing any buttons until probably 2:30 today. Remember, 2:35 is usually the start of the actual true move of FOMC. So keep that in mind today as well while you're waiting for Mr. Powell. 2:35. That's usually 5 minutes after he starts speaking, historically anyway. -10. Uh, oh, you're talking to him. Sorry, got it. I thought you were talking some kind of standard deviation. That is true, Mike. It did. It did. If we're whiplashing, usually it's 235. So we left the devil's mark down here. This is your mitigation low. Good idea, Barkada. Good idea. Building up a ton of liquidity here. Remember, we'll see what happens if we close below. All right, so to sleep. Remember, the important thing is a candle close. It could very well be possible that that turns into, yeah, it's an SMT, I believe. 1025 and 1025. Yeah, it's the same candle. So you got a little SMT here now with that. And if you don't get a close here, it's almost kind of like a failure swing, right? Failure swing like we talked about with like 1 minute structure. To where we don't get a close below and we just start displacing back up to the upside. So we'll watch and see if we close. What does our 5 look like? The only thing here is you got like a little, you got not a little, but you got a 15-minute breaker sitting right here as well. All right, so looks like there's going to be your candle close. See if that means we go to this low now. But remember, we had, what did we have? I think we had a 30-second down here. Well, there's 30-second. I think we just have the 15 as well. And there's a little 15 down there, but talking to Congress, nice. Good idea, Charlie. Good idea. We'll see what happens here with this. And we'll probably end stream as well. I don't think we're gonna get much else. We're gonna take a little mental break and get a good lunch. And like I said, we should have some decent opportunities at this afternoon. Carve it. Yeah, very, very possible here, Mike. Again, another reason why you don't just get in because of LRLR here, right? You see this? You're like, oh, well, we should pop here. Oh, it's a bull flag. You know. there's your low. Pretty much played out just the way we talked about, right? Um, oh, we absolutely will, Doc. Yeah, like 100% agree. Still, I mean, still everything's to me says bullish as for FOMC for sure, for sure. But what was the first signs there? We had mitigation low, this order block, we closed below it, and we closed below this one. What do we get? Right to the low. Like I said, it's not 100%, but it gives you a damn good sign that if you're closing below mitigation lows or highs, you want to exit your position. That is countering that move. So, if there's anything you took from today, you got to see that in live time.